Okay, I'm gonna have to do this again. I got a new tablet and it's the exact same model. And I put YouTube videos on it. It seemed like the same one on my on this tablet that I'm using now, but for some reason when I downloaded it to the new tablet, there's no way to upload videos. And I took this really good video of this garden, and I can't figure out how to upload it to YouTube now, so I'll have to figure that out. But here I'm trying to show you again this year. It'll look a little bit better because I have part of this untarped. I'll show you how I do it. See, I told you about how I tarp things. Now this is a solid tarp. See, it's not that mesh stuff, it's solid. That mesh stuff is worthless. Seeds still get under, and the mesh, the seeds still get under the tarp, including your weed seeds, which is what you don't want. And because water also gets under that mesh tarp, then the weeds will start growing into the mesh, and then to get them out, you got to rip up the, you have to rip them out of the mesh, and it rips the mesh. It's just total waste of time. Now these tarps here, this is garbage bag type material. It's like the rubber or whatever plastic that the garbage bags are made out of, and it's thick. This will last you a good probably 4 years before it starts tearing up. So what I do is I put these garden staples on here. Now last years I've done this, I always put staples on the side, all sides, but then I used to put some staples in the center. But I've realized that in the center, sometimes they get lost, when I rip up the tarp, and they'll stay in the ground. Like the staples just rip, when I rip up the tarp, the staples will stay in the ground, rip a hole right through the tarp and stay in the ground. But when I go to turn the soil, which I do with a shovel, usually I do it by hand, so I don't have to pay somebody. And then I get the I get these bent up staples because they just, but here this time I just put double as many, probably triple as many down the side, down all the sides, to help it stay down. And so far so good. And we had some pretty big windy days, and it hasn't blown up the center. So that's going to work out a lot better. I won't lose as many staples. This spring, I did have somebody come out. I paid somebody to come out and machine till the garden, only because I wanted to make it a little bit bigger. I was going to, which I did, I planned on and did plant some catnip. See these rows right here are catnip. I left the lines in there so I know approximately where they should be popping up. We'll see how well they do. I planted them from seed. I see a few things coming up that looks like it might be catnip. It's been 8 days since I planted, and they're supposed to sprout, I believe it's 7 to 10 days from the time they're planted. So we'll see how well they do. This will get full sun. It's not sunny now because we got clouds overhead, but this will get full sun. Now I do have, because I do grow my own catnip, I have catnip. Hopefully that didn't make you dizzy. I have catnip over here on the side of the house. This would be the south, I believe that way, south. The sun rises in the east, right? So this would be the southeast corner. And see here. Turn off my headphones. And then I got some more on this. I don't know if you can see right there. I can't get any closer. But on the side of the house over there, again, that's the east side. But it doesn't get the, gets very little sun. Right there gets hardly any sun because of all the trees. Over here gets a little bit more sun, but still it doesn't get the afternoon sun. Now this right here does better than this. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to swing it around again. So I'm thinking this would do even better, hopefully. Now, here's another thing I did to help me hopefully not have to do so much work this year, is I tried to put the vertical plants, the plants that grow vertically, on the outer edges of the garden, so I won't have to train the vines to veer away from the grass, because he mows that, you know, it's a riding lawnmower. My partner mows that. And since he didn't do all the work to plant the garden, he really doesn't care if he mows over anything. But okay, let me show you that's my scarecrow. I'm thinking this year I'm going to have to change them clothes. It's like the third year she's been in the same clothes, same outfit. See, Peppers grows vertically, and on the inside, like there's a tomato. I don't know if you can see that because this screen is cracked. So, okay, there's a tomato. Now, I don't stake my tomatoes. I let them crawl naturally on the ground. That's what they do in nature. There's another tomato, another creeper. Sweet peas, another creeper again. I don't stake them. And from my experience, staking them, that only breaks the what do you call it? Breaks the branches, not the branches, but breaks the, you know what I'm talking about, breaks them anyways, because everyone that I've used, all them cages and such, they've all never been able to hold the heavy, what do you call it, vines of the plants. They eventually fall over, and then you try and mess with them, and then it breaks the vine, and there goes all your tomatoes. So I just let them crawl. There's nothing wrong with letting them crawl. This here's lettuce. They're going to need a lot more water. Let's see, I got some squash. This looks like a squash. Some tomatoes, some more peppers on the corners. Now, I'm not really worried about this edge here because this is another part. Over on this, let me see, I'll get back so you can see a little bit more. This right here that you're seeing right now, that's where I'm planting my milkweed, my specialty milkweed. I don't think there's much in the way of common milkweed in there. I got the butterfly milkweed, white milkweed, swamp milkweed, which might not do good because it's supposed to be pretty watery for swamp milkweed. And I can't remember, there was one other milkweed. I think it was a red color that I planted. And so that's all in here. I planted sunflowers around the edges where I could fit them, sunflower seeds. And we'll see how that works. I was thinking that would be really pretty to have along the edge of the garden. What I did was talking about being frugal, I just bought what is it, a 20 or 40 pound bag of black, I think it's black oil sunflower seeds, the huge bag to feed the birds. And if you do that, you can have as many seeds as you want. It doesn't cost you nearly as much as would the little packets of seeds, and what you don't use, you can just feed to the birds. You know, I don't know, it was maybe $15 for the huge bag, maybe more, but I get to use as many seeds as I want, and then the rest I'm just going to feed to the birds. Now, this is something I thought would be nice just to see if I can, just to see if it will work. I was putting these creepers, these are squash, as you can tell, these creepers in the tire, which will help me be able to locate the root of the plant. Here's another squash. Let me see what this is. Yeah, that's spaghetti squash. Again, this I think is an asparagus, a loose seed. I don't know if you can see that. Again, my screen's cracked on this one. This is my old tablet. I'll show you right for a second here. There's pumpkin. Old pumpkin. But anyways, here's my big squash, or my big zucchini. Now that I've already harvested one set of that. This one I'm going to let go to seed. I'm going to collect the seeds. I'm going to try and make it to where that whole corner right there that's rocked off. I'm wanting to make all that whole corner. I'm working on it. The weeds are taking over though. But I'm working on getting that as completely, what do you call that? Asparagus. Was I calling it zucchini? I meant asparagus. I'm going through menopause. That's what happens. So all these, I have milkweed in there. Here's some more. There, now there's a milkweed. I planted milkweed last year. Most in each one of these little spots. Only a few came up. Pretty sure that's a milkweed. I know for a fact. This one's a milkweed. It's got that milkweed. It's not, definitely not a dogwood. It's got that milkweed sturdy stalk. There's another one. Let's see. Yep, sturdy. See that sturdy stalk? I know that's not dogwood because the stalk is so sturdy. Sturdy stalk. Okay, I'm gonna make you a little dizzy. Come over here. Them are onions, or scallions, I guess you can call them. This is garlic. I'm doing some garlic this year. There's pumpkin. I'm growing a pumpkin this year. But anyways, another thing I wanted to tell you I did. Again, this one might be a dogwood. Might be a milkweed. Not sure. Here's my compost. I did have, on the first video, I just had a bunch of food scraps in there. Now I weeded all the, I weeded everything here. I'm going to let it dry out, and then I'm going to use it as compost. Make sure all the seeds, or the roots have, some of the roots are spreaders on some of these weeds. I'll make sure they dried out and won't spread before I use it as compost. Now one thing I'm going to show you I did. Let me see. Can you see them red things, or orangish red things right there? That's corn. I don't know if you can see it. Again, I can't see what you're seeing here because I got a cracked screen. See them red things? That's corn. So what I did was I planted, I put 3 corns in each one of these trailing, these creeper plants. So what'll happen is I'll grow corn, hopefully. The corn will grow, and that'll show me where to water, where the roots are. Because when these start creeping, it's hard to find the root system. Even though I got them in rows, it's still hard as heck to find out where the roots are. And I have had problems with underwatering some of these creepers because I couldn't find the roots. So if just one of these corns grow, I'll be able to easily water it, find the root system. Now I used to put the little flags in there, little white flags, but the white flags were hard to see once the plants got pretty big. They kind of, they were kind of overshadowed by the plant, so even the flags were hard to see. If I had like red flags or blue flags, it would have been easier to see, but all I had was white flags, a couple of orange flags. But anyways, with this tarping system, you don't have to weed. You don't have to weed at all, except maybe the little spots around right where the holes are. And to water, I could water this whole thing. Let's see. This whole thing. In probably about 10-15 minutes. I just hand water, go plant to plant. Do it, saves a lot of water. With global warming, that's what we need to do. Save our water, conserve our water. And there was one more thing I was going to say, but I forgot what it was. Anyways, well, I guess that's about it for this. There's Pumpkin over there. He likes hanging out in the garden. I was hoping I would remember what I was going to say, but I can't remember. Anyways, oh, the size of this. I would say now that I have this widened a little bit, I had it widened this way. See my finger this way. And so I just had it widened one way. I didn't have it widened both ways. I would say it's by about 10 yardsticks by maybe 8 yardsticks. So it's a decent size for just the two of us. It's just the two of us. The cats don't eat any vegetables. So we'll see. I'll try to remember to update you on how this is all going. How many sunflowers popped up. How many corns popped up. You know, and I'll try to time myself as to how long this will take. This year might take a little bit longer because the lettuce need more water. And also lettuce. And, oh, over here, I forgot. Over here I did corn. I did 2 rows of corn here. So you can plant them a lot closer together. So that'll be more watering, but I'll get more produce. Whereas the last maybe 5 years, I did mostly tomatoes and some peppers for the most part. So tomatoes need a lot more room. So I didn't have as many plants. So I'll see what goes on, and I'll update you as this goes if I remember. Well, thank you for watching this video. Hope you like and subscribe.